Hey everyone, welcome to the CyberHub Engage Cyber and Scotch segment. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, James Cesar, and with me is Geoff Hancock, our co-host. And we're going to try some Woodford Reserve today. Now, this bottle's a bit special for me. I got it on my birthday a few weeks ago from Gary. You like Woodford, don't you, Geoff?
I do.
It's a good bourbon.
Not one of my favorites, but yeah.
What is your favorite, though?
Daily drink, Knob Creek, probably.
A little bit more. I don't want to go, It is Hanukkah. We are supposed to celebrate.
There you go.
Although Hanukkah is a different kind of thing. But tell us a bit about Woodford, because you're a big fan of bourbon.
I am. Well, obviously made in Kentucky. I can blog all that all day long. I think that what's most important is I've actually given this as a gift to more federal chief information security officers than I think anybody else. A gift for dealing with breach issues, dealing with people issues, just some folks who are really in the middle of the fight when it comes to cyber. And it's one of the more popular ones in and around DC, which is kind of weird to say. But
speaking of fighting in cyber, when was the last time you stayed at a Marriott?
A year ago. And I'm wondering if the Starward Points program is also infected.
They said that people's Starward points were accounts, like the username and passwords of the accounts were accessed.
Yeah. So it would make sense because it's all in the same network.
500 million, though. Is this the outside of Yahoo? And again, Yahoo says 1.3 billion records, but how many people actually use their Yahoo mail? I mean, no one really. When was the last time you got a Yahoo email address as an email?
Yep. So I think it's ties with the second largest breach of all time.
With who? With Yahoo?
I forget. Yahoo was the first, and I forget the other second. But yeah, it's really big. And as of this afternoon, the class action lawsuit's $12.5 billion, which amounts to about $25 a person.
So Senator Schumer came out and said that Marriott should pay for everyone whose passport number was compromised so that they can get a new passport number. Because one of the information that was compromised in their system was people's passport information that was being inputted into the system.
So I think that's still under investigation. I think for sure what can be said is people's accounts, names, credit card data, address, that basic stuff.
So I've read this, and I've read this in the Wall Street Journal, USA Today. I've seen it in the CIO magazines and Krebs on security and all those. So the passport number is part of what they're saying is been exposed. I mean, how wouldn't that be worse than Equifax in a way? Passport numbers?
Potentially. Yeah, in comparison to if it's the breach is a straight Intel breach, yeah, right. It's not about money. It's not about running credit cards. It's about stealing identity. And if you have a passport ID, identification number, then it's a lot easier to fake passports. So that could be a challenge. But like I said, as of this afternoon, that aspect of the investigation still has not been confirmed. But what I know is that it's just those basic things as of now. But that could change.
You said you've given this to a lot of people to handle breaches.
Yep, because they've done a really good job.
So I'm going to taste this. I don't know about you, but smelling it and playing with
smells good.
It's just...
Yeah, it smells good.
It does smell.
It
smells swell. Is that a good Kentucky term? Swell?
Yep, I like it. It's good. It's solid. It's a little strong. Like I said before in our previous video, a little bit of splash of water kind of cuts the alcohol burn down.
What about ice? Would you put ice in this? I'd put an ice cube in this.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that has to be on ice. Yeah, like a big, the round or...
Yeah, an ice ball.
An ice ball, which we have here, and which I may use after we finish recording this video to finish this.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, it's good. It's very good.
So what would you rate it?
7.2.
7.2. Why?
It's got a really good finish. If you get past the bite of the alcohol, there's actually taste of flavor there. For me, that's always a challenge with good bourbon and scotch and whiskey is just getting past that bite of the alcohol burn, and then you really start tasting something good.
I'm going to give it 6.9. What I give last time? Do you remember?
I don't
Micah,
remember.
do you remember what I gave it? 7.2? All right. So yeah, this is a 6.9. I enjoyed. I like the Blue Label. To me was smoother.
Better.
I like smooth. I don't like that burn.
Use
Right?
more sugar for you.
Well, since the last video to this one, I think I'm down like 20 pounds. So
That's the last thing you need to hear.
yeah, that's a whole other thing. But Cyber and Scotch. What would you? So to wrap this up, though, you said you've given this to a lot of federal chief information security officers.
Yep.
So this is kind of a take this. Hey, Marriott folks, we're going to send you a box of Woodford Reserves, maybe to deal with what you're going through right now.
Yep. I would, absolutely. Yep. It's good. You can drink it every day. You can drink it once in a while. People who could understandably go for a drink after a long day would be a CISO.
Very cool. Well, we're going to keep our Marriott discussion going on our podcast. So once this video finishes, on the bottom of the video, there's a link that'll take you to our full audio podcast talking about the Marriott breach, and more to come on that as that develops. We'll be following it real close. On behalf of myself and Geoff, I want to say thanks for watching. And Woodford Reserve, they did not sponsor this, by the way. So if they do want to sponsor, they're welcome to touch base with us here at CyberHub Engage. Have a great afternoon, folks.
Cheers.
Cheers.